Good afternoon, Mike Winkler here, and I want to take a minute and talk about some of the new look and feel, some of the new graphical options we have in QRadar that are available as of 7.3.1, and a lot of it's the new plugins, right? And before I kind of start tapping through things, it's the strategy with us over at QRadar and with IBM Security to say we're going to do product releases once or twice a year, but anytime we can give you content, right, through our App Store, which I know you've heard this message, let's just give you that as you need it so that we can update it. UBA updates once a month, right, as it needs, however works best for you, right? So we're trying to get you good content, stable content as fast as is reasonably possible. Okay, so I went and I grabbed 3 applications that I'm going to talk about quickly here. Pulse being one, right? And this is the Pulse app, and like everything else in the App Store, I've got all of my documents stored here, feedback for what you like and what you don't like, and some graphics of it. Okay, all well and good. I'm going to grab the Deployment Intelligence app. Okay, you will notice there is also an early access of it, which we're not fooling with right now. Same deal with early access, right? You can see there's the graphs and what all those things look like. Okay, that's fun. And I'm also going to grab the Support app. Now, the Support app has a small schizophrenia problem. The Support app is called IBM QRadar Operations in the app, but if you Google it under Support, it comes up, right? So I downloaded those 3, and I went over to my QRadar, and I went to, and this is one of the things that's a little new in QRadar, is I've got this this list here, right? So all the tabs are, if I don't care about reports, if you see where it is at the top, I can click on that and the reports disappear. So that only the things that I want to appear, I can just click on and off there on the left-hand side. It's a nice little feature. So I went into my admin tab, which is no longer a tab. I went into my extension management and I added the 3 apps we just talked about. Okay, all well and good, and that did create these dashboard objects here at the end. Now, there was a minute of setup, but it was pretty self-explanatory. I had to add an API key in one place, but it took me about a total of 15 minutes. But okay, let's take a look at the operations first, right, or the QRadar support tool. This is just telling me, hey, what is going on in my environment? These are the users. This is the activity. Offenses, that good stuff that I'm seeing in the environment. And I'm like, okay. So give me a system overview, and it's going to show me. And guys, this is demo data, and it's not moving very fast. So some of these are going to seem like a very, very quiet QRadar because it is a very quiet QRadar. But you're going to see the flows and all that good stuff. And there's all of these things that are built in here, right? Which some of this I think is particularly cool. API requests, right? So what are the APIs going on in the system for when you're doing support? Searches, mine is blank, but it's going to show you which searches are going on in your environment. And it's going to show you offenses, which ones are closed, how they looked, all of that good stuff, right? So it's a nice, quick and dirty view. The old tools are still there if you want to run a script, and I was always a big one for hitting the little bell up here and looking at the notifications, but now I have a better place to come look at all that stuff, okay? And that is the QRadar Operations app. The QDI, or Deployment Intelligence, tells me what is going on with my my hardware and my software, honestly, so that I can say that what is going on in my QRadar. Because this is a demo server, the data looks a little crazy, things go up and down, shows me what's active, when it's active. Let's see, top users by search activity, local health and admin, there's only 2 in this system. On and on, right? It shows me my top categories. It's just a nice report, a nice graphic that shows you everything that's going on in your environment. Okay, I can flip over and I can look at the performance as well to say what's happening with expensive custom rules, expensive log sources. Those of you who've ever had a problem figuring out what your custom rules and what your log sources were that are eating up all your processing power, are causing your system to go slow. I had some here 10 minutes ago, but now I have no expensive custom rules, no expensive properties to show you, but this is where it'll show up. So if there's a question of where you need to do your troubleshooting, this will tell you where it is. On top of that, if you want to get your hands particularly dirty, and I'm not going to spend very long in here, is I can go through and I can do very specific advanced health queries, right? And these can get your hands dirty, end time, all of that. It's going to give you the hardware statistics so you no longer need to add it out to the command prompt or anything like that, right? But really, most of the time I see the deployment dashboard used in the overview and in the performance tab, right? So that's QDI, or QRadar Deployment Intelligence. Last thing I want to show off is Pulse. This is my Pulse dashboard, event and flow metrics. It's very much the look and feel everything's moving towards in QRadar, right? We want everything to have this common look and feel. Some of these are kind of impossibly flat. That is to say there's no events and flows, and my average is 45. Okay, all well and good. These are my log sources of the 1 minute, almost 2 minutes ago. These are the log sources that are most seen. It's a bunch of ways to look at this. Maybe that you want to put this up on the screen in a SOC. Maybe this is just something you want to leave in the corner of your monitor. Say, well, what's going on? I want an offense overview. Tell me what's going on in my environment. Okay, all well and good. You will notice that here there is also the ability to do a lot of these kind of edits and catch, including download as a PNG. So if you want, you can blow one of these up to screen size and download as a PNG. So if you want a report, if you get a dashboard exactly as you want it, this takes a screenshot for you, right? We're trying to make things easy for you. But I'm going to go to the offense overview. I'm going to go over to my globe. People either love or hate the globe. Personally, I think it's great. It takes a look at all the offenses going on in your environment. Okay, you see them here on the right. You'll see roughly there's filter categories where the icons turn up. Although that's going to be boring on my kind of all internal stuff. Top 5 low-level categories, because I'm a big one for low-level categories. And to say, hey, I've got, and I'm just picking one here, at multiple exploit malware types targeting a single source containing SMB brute force. Well, that's kind of a problem. 511 events, and I can see this is going from a host to a host. This is something you need to obviously visit, this 10, 11, 12, number 52. It is quite possible that he has a malware on there, but I would absolutely go over, visit this host, and I see the severity, relevance, and credibility there in the middle, that we try to display that graphically for you. But I'm going to say, give me the full details, and this is the offense drill down is what this is, right? So I'm now back on the standard offense page, and it's telling me that it's coming from the customs rules engine and my StoneSoft Management Center, because I'm using some force point, right? And we can drill into those to your heart's content. Okay, cool. So that when you look at QRadar, and this is my 731, the Pulse, the QDI, and the Operations app, as well as some of the new stuff that we have over here in the the dashboard control, we're trying to make things easier for you, trying to make things better for you to look at, and so that you can make your good decisions quicker. I am Mike Winkler, and this has been 3 new dashboards in QRadar.